So,
What was the just walk us through that fourth down play, kind of what was the initial play call, and kind of what was the time on the check?
definitely not telling you the call, but we checked into something that we saw. That was a perfect look for that play that we had. I have gotten the ball one time in 3 years of that play, and it was this week in practice against the air because Joe wanted to run it against the air. And so, yeah, it was a little surprising balls in the air, but yeah, it honestly was the perfect look for it. We had a little miscues in the backfield, but it worked out for the best.
What made Joe want to run that look this week in practice? You guys talk about, hey, why did you want to run this week?
No, we had to redo it because of something that I did actually. I was supposed to do it something a little like intricate with how I was kind of leaking out, and yeah, we ran it back, and again, it really is like serendipitous the fact that I caught that because we had to run it back, and again, 3 years I've never gotten that ball, so it's a good thing we did it again.
So that was not the same play as the FBF play from training camp?
No, it was not the same play. This was another FBF play for sure. I was screaming that, but it was a little different.
Al, I mean, when it's a soft arcing ball like that as opposed to what you're normally catching, do you even have time to think about?
Well, in that situation, I mean, and in all honesty, some of the times you're like, I want this ball to hurry up and get down. But in that situation, it's perfect because of what I'm doing, because of the way I'm running the route and having time to track it. So Joe threw it perfectly for me to be able to track it and make a little something happen and get down the field. So yeah, that was a beautiful ball. He was dropping dimes today, so that was just another one.
How much did you guys offensively feed off of what Jamar Chase was able to do kind of early on in the game?
Yeah, it was huge. We were struggling a little bit, and really, I think our energy came from our defense. Our defense played super hard, and we put them in pretty tough situations, going 3 and out and not being able to move the ball. And I think really that go ball that Jamar had, that dime that franchise threw to him, and that kind of gave us a little spark as well. So, yeah, I was happy with how he performed and came out, and it's his first game, and he's been getting a lot of slack. He's a rookie. He's a high draft pick, and he's supposed to do certain things, but he put the nerves aside today for sure.
CJ, this team hasn't won in September in 3 years, and to get this kind of win this early in the season, what do you think it does for the conference?
Oh, it's huge. And that's the thing we were talking about a little bit this week. Our coaches came in, and Coach Pitch came in, and he was like, hey, I could throw this stat up from last year. I could throw what they've done last year up as well, but we're not that team. We're a different team. They're a different team. The teams that we're coming up against this year, they're different teams as well. So this is a new team. This is a new locker room, a new culture that we're building in there that everyone's buying into. And yeah, it's always a good thing to notch the first one under your belt, and we're just gonna feed off of that, build off of that brick by brick to get to where we want to be.
2 more questions. You just run what's called, but when Zach goes for it on 4th and 1 at your own 30, does that do anything for you guys?
Yeah, I mean it means he has confidence in us. And we had confidence in him, to make the calls when necessary. And he went for it on fourth and short twice, which means he has confidence in us, and we have to go out there and make the play. We should have made the play the first time, and we didn't. And so he had confidence in us doing it again, and we snuck out and got him on one. So I think that builds a relationship, a trust that he has in us, and that we need to have in him. And it's like, all right, nice. If he's going to call that play, we have to execute it because he's putting it on us.
How would you describe the decision to throw it 30 yards downfield on 4th and a centimeter with less than a minute to go in OT? What words would you use to describe it?
Ballsy. But again, that's the trust. I mean, I gotta say, that's some big cojones there by him. And again, I'm fortunate we practiced that one because it usually goes a lot shorter than 30, and we just get the sticks. So, but again, that's the trust he has in us. Joe has in me to loft it up and have me go get it.
All right, CJ, we'll let you go.
Thank you.